Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful Rabbit Hole Lore and Friend, the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. And about a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that there was a new game launching on Steam that had blown out Forspoken. It was widely talked about, widely praised, widely hyped up as like the next big thing, one of the best games of the year, even though it came out in January. Hi-Fi Rush was supposed to be the big new thing. And honestly, like when I first looked at it, I thought it actually looked kind of appealing. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's a fun, innovative little indie game. Okay, whatever. Smaller game from like a publisher, whatever. Okay, I will check this out like eventually. So, I actually was fairly interested in Hi-Fi Rush when I first saw it. But however, as the weeks go on, and now that it's been a week or so, and the hype has kind of died down a lot, and now that we can see the sales numbers and how quickly it fell off the charts, and now that we can kind of see like the wider picture, I think it's safe to say that this game was this year's equivalent of something like Cyberpunk Edgerunners, in which a advertising campaign was launched in order to promote this game on social media to try and make it popular. And unfortunately, it fell flat on its face. The thing about Hi-Fi Rush, and the reason I'm so frustrated with it, is that it was hyped up as being like a colorful, engaging, like fresh, original IP that resembled a Saturday morning cartoon when I, as a Nintendo fan, have experienced games like that for the past decade. And over and over and over again, I see that these games get written off and ignored by the vast majority of the gaming population. There are, of course, like notorious examples like Kid Icarus Uprising, like Codename Steam, like The Wonderful 101, all of which are way better than anything Hi-Fi Rush could ever hope to accomplish. But somehow didn't get anywhere near the same kind of praise. In fact, these games were like highly reviled and like despised among the gaming community because they didn't want to learn how to play them, or they didn't want to take the steps to like become good at the game, or they never even gave the game a chance. Like I remember what that period leading up to the wonderful 101's release was like. When everyone was calling it a flop before it even came out. Right? That was that was how that is traditionally how games like that are treated. But when Xbox does it, when Xbox releases something like Sunset Overdrive or this, suddenly that's like, ooh, that's exciting, that's new and different and interesting. Xbox doesn't usually put out stuff like this. This goes to show you just how good, how high quality Phil Spencer's leadership is. It's the same thing over and over and over again, and it's gotten very, very tiresome. It's something that I'm not really interested in seeing from these companies. And honestly, I have so many like great games to play anyway. I have like I have no faith at all that Hi-Fi Rush is going to live up to the hype. Like none. I expect this is going to be a mediocre action game knockoff of something like Devil May Cry or whatever, and it's not going to have anywhere near the same kind of like charm or long-term appeal or just plain fun that something like Kid Icarus Uprising or The Wonderful 101 had. It's going to be the same kind of thing as Sunset Overdrive, in which like it gets talked about for a while, specifically to like suit its purpose in like Xbox's marketing strategy, and then like all the rest, it's going to be completely forgotten because this is not a game that will stand the test of time whatsoever. Already, we're kind of already seeing the signs of that. We're already kind of seeing people move on, but I am getting very frustrated with this. I am tired of game journals like hyping up stuff like this. I'm tired of like people buying into the hype of shilling this product. Like this is a complete joke.